Arguably the greatest featherweight of all time, Jose Aldo, and it's arguable because of the man sitting right here. But as we take a look at our Musashi top 5, Alex, how much did Jose Aldo inspire you, and what influence did he have on your career as you watched him growing up?
Oh, man, obviously his technique, his skill is always going to be something that you're going to, appreciate. But him being such a respectful champion, again, that's how I like to be. I think he's, morally correct. I think he's just respectful. He just he's how a champion should be. And that was something that I really did appreciate and wanted to, made me want to be a great champion too. I think I was always going to be respectful. That's just who I am. But it's so good to see someone like him being a champion because, it's something that you can respect and people do really appreciate.
What was it like fighting him?
Mate, it was crazy. It's obviously had a game plan. We knew what he was good at because he is so good. He's so technically sound. He does everything right. So it was like I had to do, because I know how well trained he is, I had to try and use that against him, which sounds so weird, using someone's good technique against them, because everything's just, you make one movement, he's going to, he knows exactly where he needs to be. So I had to use that against him. But he's so fast twitch, and he still is. Even now at the age he is and how long he's been in the game, he is still so fast twitch. I remember there was times where I was like, yep, this punch is landing. I was like halfway through my punch and I'm like, I know when it's going to land. And he would still somehow just get out of the way. And I'm just like, what the hell? It just shows you how crazy and explosive that bloke is.
Did you ever get the feeling while fighting him, sort of, that you were just standing there and it's like, man, I'm in front of Jose Aldo. This doesn't seem real. Like I'm fighting Jose Aldo, right? I know I've been training for this bloke for the last 10 to 12 weeks, but now I'm standing in front of this bloke and, man, it's Jose Aldo. It's like, it kind of seems surreal.
Not while I was fighting. As I was saying, and as I when I'm talking to other guys that are fighting, it's a job to do. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I've got a job to do, and I just look at the job that's all my focus is. I don't look at the person, I just look at what he's doing, and that's where my attention goes to. But when I was doing the press conferences and I had to do a face-off, I'm like, doing a face-off, I'm like, oh man, this is Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, it was crazy, and to actually have him, standing in front of you and the realization is like, oh yeah, I'm doing this with Aldo. Because you go through the fight week, you're asking questions, you're saying the things, but it was the first face-off and just like, wow. This is Aldo, it was crazy. But while I'm fighting, I've got a job to do, and that's all. I'm looking at things that he's doing, not at who's in front of me.
So, who's the greatest featherweight of all time?
Who's the greatest featherweight, man? That's I can appreciate what Aldo's done. I really. That's for other people to decide. But, for me, if you're going to ask me, I'm going to say Aldo because, he was a champion for a very long time. Obviously, people are going to look at competition and all that. But to be champion that long, things go wrong. You fight injured. You know what I mean? There's so many things can go wrong. And to be champion that long, it's saying something. And, man, he was very dominant as a champion as well. So, full respect to Aldo.
Josh, how much did he influence you coming through?
Man, growing up, watching Jose Aldo, through his WEC days, and just like what Alex touched on is that, man, he was just so technically sound. Everything he did was perfect. He was so fast twitch. When people tried to take him down, he just popped straight back up. Just in the back of my memory, just his first and second fight with Chad Mendes. The first fight, obviously, he knocked out Chad Mendes, and then the second fight was a 5-round war, and I still remember it to this day. I'm going back how many years that was, but yeah, he's just like what Alex was saying. He's just again a great champion. What a champion should be like, And that's I just feel like he's been a big inspiration to not only myself but to a whole generation of fighters as well.
Absolutely. Now, this fight this weekend that he's got against Jonathan Martinez, how do you assess it?
Again, you got a young kid that's hungry, that wants to take everything that take away the Jose Aldo's name, add it to his resume. But then you have Jose Aldo, who's again just a living legend. Man, I'm excited for the scrap. There's not much more I can say besides saying Aldo's a legend, and it's going to be a good scrap.
Yeah, for me, Aldo is still going to be fast twitch. He's still going to be very technical. So, you want to be young and athletic. That's definitely going to play a part, but you better have the skills to back that up. So that's going to be the question. Can he capitalize on Aldo's, more old school sort of style? Because if he can't, if he's going to just fight a fight that, and just stand in front and just want to kick and brawl with someone like Aldo, it's probably not going to end well. So I think Aldo is still going to be looking good in there, and it's going to be a tough ask for Martinez.